like 100 cupcakes on the night. Always have all night, different flavors. And then someone ordered some from me. And then a lady had an event. I brought all these cupcakes, and the people she had there, they're sitting around, but she had a spa treatment thing going on. I brought all these cupcakes there. And I was only charging like $2 for a cupcake. Especially then, you were nice. It was nothing. But guess what? I ended up taking half of them back. I gave out, I didn't take all of them back. I gave them back. I was kind of disappointed. She had me bake all these cupcakes that she ordered for her guests. And she only had like 10 women there. So I understand what you're talking about. The work you put into what you do, you know, and it's for a good cause. It's not like it's going in your pocket. It's something that you're trying to raise for the kids.
I'm trying to raise for myself because of the difficulty.
Right, yeah, to help you promote your business and all that stuff.
No, to help promote myself to go to a tournament.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Promote yourself.
But they want to get into personal things. Oh, your parents got it and all, and I say it's none of your business. What my parents. I says it's personal.
But you know,
I don't like to talk about like that.
But
they make it personal.
That's where I say that's just being ignorant. If you don't want to help somebody, shut up. Don't say nothing at all. Here they are here busting their butts, and you're trying to defame their character practically, or make excuses, or trying to embarrass them or humiliate them. Because that's what that is to me. That's how I look at it. I know how you feel. Because you're going to meet people all across the world. Everybody's not going to be happy. Because misery loves company. That's one thing I continue to stay fast on, because nothing has changed, Sal, in anything we do. Anything you do. You got to learn how to just shoo them people out. And sometimes not saying nothing is the best thing. You know why? Because it keeps your pride and your sanity within yourself. Because anytime somebody says something ignorant and you react to it, they got the upper hand. And you know, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard, especially when you have a passion about something that's so important to you and you're trying to do for somebody else. But that's where the humble has to be real strong, fast. And it's hard because I do go through it every day. I live in a neighborhood with people who are I don't even call them human. Not everybody in my neighborhood, but the majority of the people there, they got some mental issues going on. Mental is mental. Probably never seen a counsel nobody in their life. But I tell you one thing, you need to be on something. I'm telling you. Besides smoking toxic weed and shit.
It's a shame. This kid I used to help out from 12, and he was at a recent tournament in January with me, indoors, and then for some reason, nobody sees him no more, talk to him. He started doing. Actually, he was doing it then. I think he just turned 20 or 21. He's doing a lot of vape marijuana, and it killed. He just stopped talking. No, he just stopped talking to me, and that was the end of that. And I used to support him a lot in the tournament.
So his brain has been warped from smoking the vape.
Yeah, that's all he's doing now. I seen him once this year. After January, I seen him.
They changed that.
He was all spaced out.
I know, because just like this pedophile got a hold of my daughter, he took off her medication so he could give her Molly and other stuff to mess her up.
So that's what I think he's doing too.
Yeah.
And his parents don't.
Synthetic drugs.
And his parents, he's a Chinese kid, 6 foot, and his parents are like strict a little. And it's. I don't know. He used to try to talk to you from the door. I said, yeah, then he wanted to talk to you. You know what? I don't think they control him. I think I haven't spoken to him since February.
If he's on that, that's what he is.
I'm not saying like he's doing a lot of marijuana.
Well, that's basically, you know, I don't think that's so much stuff out here this kid is doing that is chemically messing up your brain anymore. And that's the scary part, because you get out here and try to crazy music and they don't remember what they did.
No, he knew what he was doing, but you know shots he would normally make, he's not even
He's not coherent.
He's not concentrating.
It's damaging his brain cells. And that's what that stuff is doing. And in terms
because I tried to contact, he messaged me on the phone about a week ago, said, yo, Sally. And then I messaged him back, his name's Daddy. I messaged him back, and he's like, no, this is not such and such. But I know it's him.
wow.
He's trying to be Ted.
He's somebody else?
Yeah, but I know it's him because the way he messaged us back.
Right.
Because he said the word. That's what he said, and I answered him back, and he, oh, it's not me. But then he called one time and did the same thing, but I hear the voice.
So
And I could tell. He's like, it's not me, it's not me. And I could tell he had.
Right. So you know what? We're going to pray for this young man because you know why? Because he, hopefully if he sees this show that he'll understand whatever he's using is messing up his whole character, and everything. You know him as soon as a boy. He was a good kid.
I know him since he's like 12 years old. I used to take him to the tournament and help him, support him in it. Oh, can you take me to the tournament? I used to have to go all the way to Bloop and then all the way to... Now, I go on my own and it's...
Well, let me ask you a question, Sal. In terms of this whole thing, for the kids and everything, how do you think that it would... in this day and time, what we're dealing with is that these kids are in a more and more high rate peer pressure. And I find it, I know you find sports has kept a lot of kids out of trouble.
It actually keeps a lot of kids out of trouble and it stops them from committing a crime.
Yes, or committing suicide. Suicide rate is still very high out. Our kids, we're losing them. We're losing them like crazy, and it's over little stuff like vape.
Because you could actually...
Synthetic dope. Synthetic coke. What else they got? Synthetic pills like Molly pills. Somebody put too much chemical in it.
See, for the pain, somebody told me take this synthetic. I said, no, thank you.
Don't do it.
Because a friend of mine took him, you know what? He had pain or whatever, he was fine. But I says, I can't do that. It was the medicine I take. It would not be good for it. It might affect my... I said, I can't do that.
And everybody's chemistry is different.
Yeah.
Everybody's hormones are different. Their immune system is different. We have different phases. So every drug or whatever somebody's taking affect the way it affect that kid. If I took it, I might just die. If I vape whatever he's vaping, that might just take me out. You understand?
Yeah.
See, that's the difference, when we deal with synthetic fake stuff, especially fake stuff, because a lot of them, they can't afford the real stuff, so now they're making so much synthetic pill, all that stuff. You don't know what's in it.
And the actual stores are selling it against the law, and that's why undercover cops go in and poof.
Well, you know what? They ain't doing their job either. I'm sorry. I'm not giving them no credit. I'm not giving them no credit for the simple fact is that just right here, what I see in Staten Island, I see they look away at certain things. Only thing they want to do is eat coffee and donuts and drive around and put their mic on and speed and pass people in line in traffic when they're not going to emergency. And they do that a lot.
They go to the precinct, they do that.
They do it in the precinct, and they're not going nowhere.
They're just leaving their shift.
They're not going to a crisis.
But there's been little accidents that cops actually hit people.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm keeping it real, but you know what? Real is real.
But it's sad that actual cops, I seen on the news, killed people. They were speeding.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's another era we can talk about. The violent trend, continues to see
I can't show, but I got a little scar line here because a few days ago I had an e-bike cut me off. When I was riding my three-wheeler, I fell on the right side and then jumped back up.
That's right, you have bikes too.
No, I have a three-wheeler, but now there's a little more damage to the wheels. The e-bike cut me off. But I'm lucky I jumped up. He was speeding.
Wow.
And I tried to turn, guys, I fell sideways and jumped up. He was just gone.
Well, I'm glad I had an electric bike.
No, this wasn't, I didn't have an electric. This guy had an electric. He was doing 45 miles an hour.
I had an electric bike. Let me tell you, I had got it, and I had signed my contract with him. But I got to keep it for 30 days, and in 30 days, if I didn't want it, I get my money back. And guess what? The brake went. I almost ran in between two buses because I'm a bike rider. I like to ride bikes too. And I was on Bay Street in Victory. Cut me up. I fell in the air. I just got the bike. I was loving it. I was speeding, and it felt good. The wind felt good and everything. Turned on Victory and Bay. I got caught between two buses, and if I didn't turn, I fell off the bike in the air. And I was going to get a tattoo, y'all, that day. Going to meet somebody to do my tattoo. And I couldn't get it. I said, you all right? And my bike was okay, just got a little scratch on it. Then all of a sudden, something happened to the brake again. I said, that's it. I had 30 days on myself. Come get this bike. Put my money back on my card. That's what the contract was, sir. They had to give me money back. So I didn't go. I haven't been able to find another bike, but I will talk about that later. So maybe you can help me because I want to get a moped with the gas. I want the gas. I want gas. I want the electric. I know I can put gas in it.
You have to watch out because if it goes a certain mileage with the gas, they give you a summons ticket and they confiscate it. It's got to go below mileage, not over a certain mileage.
Oh, you got to teach me something because this young kid, he got this fly-ass bike. I love it. And it's on gas. And that thing is sharp. And he told me he paid $800 for it.
But with that, you have to get a special...
He don't even have a license.
Because he hasn't got caught yet.
No, he said he don't have to have a license for it.
A lot of the gas, even if it don't go that fast, you don't see many of the ones gas that, they don't go as fast. You don't see many of them around no more because they confiscated them.
Wow. But I tell you, I see a lot of...
No, they do it because they say they don't need a light. You know what? You need some type of little... If it goes past, what they say, past 30 miles, 25 or something, 30 miles an hour, 30 and over, you have to... It's required a license. I'm right now, 30 and over.
What? We gotta talk more about that.
It's true. You will look it up. The 30 and over...
You're teaching me something because that's my next investment. For me, I love the ride.
I have a friend that has an actual gas motorcycle, bike. And he delivers DoorDash in Brooklyn because he lives near Coney Island. Guess what?
What happened?
He been on the highway a little, and he don't even have his full license yet. He still has his
permit.
He still has his permit for a year, and he's never got caught yet. And he's 30 something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if it goes over a certain speed limit, they require you a license now. Because the electric little moped that's considered an actual that's considered like a motorcycle or some more.
Yeah, well, I asked the kid about it. He says no. He said, I don't have to have it. And the other guy, he had a motorcycle. He said no, because it's not a motorcycle.
Yeah, but you don't know how fast it goes.
He well, to me, it's fast to me. I see him speeding out.
Well, you know what? You don't want to get caught, probably.
He wears a helmet, though. He has a helmet on.
I'm just saying, you don't get caught. But if you get caught, your bike's gone.
Wow.
They confiscate a lot all over Staten Island, the streets.
Yeah, it's funny because one of my neighbors, he had just bought a brand new motorcycle. I said, look, I knew the family. I said, look. The police just came and took this man's motorcycle. And I told the mother and them, and they said, he just bought it. I said, you bought a hot? Yeah, like he didn't know what I said. You better go to the police to find out why they took your motorcycle. Now I know why. Because he had no license on it. And it probably was stolen.
That's why if you get a regular electric bike.
They came with the police truck and took it right in front of my building.
Like if you get a regular electric bike and everything,
yeah, I have
if it goes too fast.
Well, mine was fast.
But you have to watch because they give you tickets for speed.
Well, honey, I've been
But the thing it doesn't do is, if a car speeds or the motorcycle speeds, it doesn't give the ticket. Doesn't give a ticket, even to the bikes, only to the cars. The speed camera always gives ticket to the car and the trucks to the speed.
So
but the bikes, it can't detect it too fast.
Well, we're doing a new tech thing. I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody just brought me up on that. They have. Well, I know in my neighborhood. The guy showed me up top. He said that thing right there, that's for bullets. Shooting bullets. They get that ratio. If somebody shoot up a gun, that's what that's for. Over the light. He said that's not a camera. That's for bullets.
That is, because my mother got a ticket. It was what? She was doing 40 miles an hour. Something was going on, but she didn't see the camera. Mm-hmm. But as she got the ticket, she was doing 41, and I think it was 35. Well, no, speed limit was 30. As she got the ticket, this guy was flying, doing 50 past her as the camera.
He was on a bike?
No, he was speeding past her in the car doing 50, but the camera got her, and this guy was like over here. He didn't get the ticket, she did.
What?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because they speed, when they try to speed, when the camera tries to detect a car going fast, it can't detect that fast. Sometimes it don't. It will respond, but it'll get the other person.
Like the signal ain't getting it.
Yeah.
It's the signal that they're going too fast.
If you're doing 50 and I'm doing 40, it would actually catch me.
You before it catch the one that's going faster.
No, it would actually catch me and not catch you.
You said if you're going 40 and I'm going 50, that means you're going less.
Yeah, there's a speed limit is 35, so I'm going 5 miles over it.
Right.
It would catch me, not you.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Because by the time the signal reacts, so it's already...
Right. So that means the person who's going the fastest, it won't get the ticket. Even though the other one is over the speed limit too, but it's less than the one who's going faster than the one who's going fast too, but not as fast as the one. I got it. That's some crazy stuff. They better, listen, y'all better get it together, United States. You know, y'all better get some different techs in there, know what they're doing, and stop putting things up fast and using people as guinea pigs and giving them tickets for other people who deserve the ticket besides the one they got the ticket. That's crazy. I had to say that. I'm sorry, Sal. I had to say that one. But let's get back, because we look. I enjoy talking to him. I want to get back to his paddleball stuff and everything. I know we got off the course for a minute, but at least we got some good information. I got some information for him, and he gave some information to you. You know, those who would like bikes like me, you know, something to look at. But back to the kids that we were talking about, the students, you know, in terms of this sport. It's a good sport. Kids love balls. They love basketball. They love baseball. You know, and I find that those who want to take advantage of a sport like this, they keep away from the negative people out there. You know, and what I want to hear you say, basically, Sal, in terms of telling the public and telling kids out there that are interested in getting with you in this program that you want to develop for kids, paddleball and handball, because this is really exciting, you know. Maybe I might want to take a course from you. At 61, how about that? I'll be 62 coming up, but I would love to get more involved.
See, that's one thing I want to do now with that, because of whatever player not take them, and make them get better at it, and then it'd make me feel better. If this other kid would have stuck around, it would have been good for me. But
listen, there are more kids out there that want something like this, and you can find.
No, but some parents are strict. They won't. Because they want all the proof. They want this, they want that, they want this, they want that.
Well, listen, we know we have a standard.
But I'm just saying, if you trust your kid to go to school, that should be trust too. Well, you're letting them go to school. You're letting them leave during the crowd and all that stuff going on.
Yeah. Get to school, because see, that's the thing. See, once your kid go to school, it's a total different ball game. You know, we know that. Like I told you, I used to get on the bus, and I think it was St. Mary's, a Catholic school, right? These little girls had on their uniform. I said, look at this little girl. So she got on the bus with her friends. She took off, she changed her whole thing. She had a little mini scooter skirt on, uniform, school uniform, Catholic uniform on. Had the shirt pulled up like this, put on makeup. Now they came out with their babes. Little kids, little girls. Soon they get on school, and then they had a little bag, change back into their regular clothes. So they go home like they're so sweet and nice, and they good and perfect, like their parents think they're the perfect ones. But everyone's out there being the little hoes.
Yeah.
How about that? And it's funny because it reminds you of some, because we're older, of when we were kids. But these kids today are not like us. They're not like you and your age at this format, and they're definitely not like what I came up with. Yes, kids are going to be mistress and everything. You're going to find some fast ones out there. You're going to find some that's dropouts, you know, because I had a lot. When I grew up in the Hamptons. And let me tell you, the beach was out front. We had a beach called Hot Dog Beach. That's where all the bikers was. That's why I love bikes. Talking about party. We used to party, cut school, and go to the beach. Now let me tell you what you find out there. Back then it was acid strip. On the acid strip. Hash. Real marijuana. Cocaine came in the scene, and those who like heroin. I mean real heroin. And I was a youngster. So what they doing now, like I never knew that a person, I always thought the person who did heroin was always needles. That's why I never messed with it. Because I don't like needles. I said, I got the doctor take me. I still act crazy when they have to take blood from me. Said, you better get it right, or you're not going to my arm. She's not going to poke me up like I'm a junkie.
Yeah.
Seriously. But I didn't know, in my old age, that people could sniff dope. I thought you only could shoot it up.
I think I know a guy in his 70s that plays paddle, and he's actually and I'm watching, and I'm like,
let me tell you something.
And let me tell you, after he smokes the tree, he's supposed to play next. He said it just.
Well, let me tell you, being in South Jamaica, right? I knew people who were basketball coaches in the profession, models. And all of a sudden, when I was in college, I did a paper on heroin. So I knew who to go to tell me about heroin. And I got an A+ on my freaking paper, the research I did on it.
Yeah.
I went to real people who messed with heroin. And let me tell you, I said, looking at these professional people, every day making big money, you wouldn't believe, they ain't had no tracks. They shot in their vagina, in their penis, in their toes. I said, he's a freaking basketball coach. But you wouldn't know it. Go to work every day, even the Wall Street tycoons, wear their corporate broken suits, honey, heroin addicts. But you wouldn't know it, making a lot of money. You wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even know it. And especially women, those in the profession, you would never see no tracks. Because they were shooting their vagina, wearing their feet. You wouldn't see no tracks. Stone heroin addicts. Make a lot of money. I said, what? How they function every day? They can afford to have it. And make a lot of money. But what you see on the street is not what you see in the profession. That's all I'm saying.
I know.
See? And that's where the hypocrite comes. Because the same ones that putting people away in jail for drugs, some of them are drug addicts. Don't get it twisted. Judges. Oh, yeah.
Actually, that's why I used to.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I like.
Big time. Big time.
I used to like to play the people that did the drugs, but it was stupid because they'd play me. They'd play good, but then they'd lose the money to me, and then I'd like, you lost, you gotta give it to me. I says, you don't have the money to buy it again? Sorry, you lost, you gotta give it to me.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
It's terrible. So what do you have to say for these kids, you know, in terms of what you're trying to do with getting this off the ground? Because
I see a lot of
these kids are dying out here.
I see a lot of kids younger that were into the sports and everything, even the sport I played, hit the paddle, and now once this vape thing, that's all I see now.
You know, the vape is worse than smoking a cigarette, honey. That's all chemical. You know, they got kids that are, I said, they can get addicted to that? Yeah, it's chemical.
Well, they say it helps them communicate and focus more in their class, but I don't believe in that.
No.
And this kid Fast, I was telling about he was last year? He was a few months away to graduate. He didn't graduate, I found out. So one of his friends told me. And I don't think his parents, they probably knew some, but I don't think he even went for a GED or nothing.
Wow. Is he your only child?
He's the only child.
Wow. That's sad, but you know what? There's other ones just like him. And, you know, I want you, see how our time flies? I want you, Sal, to keep doing what you're doing. It's going to come. I believe that. And I always say to people that it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And it's always the principle. If you stick to the principle, I don't care what anybody say whatever. You know, people defame me every day. And I sit there and laugh at them because, you know, like I said, this garbage in our neighborhood is stealing charitable goods, selling it to the bodega stores. She thinks she's the quack. And let me tell you something, the more she come at me, the more she's telling them herself. And I look at her and I be like, you know what? The Creator got your back. The Creator got your back. You know, because the more you lie, defame somebody's character, it's not going to make you look better. But if you believe, that's the way I was raised. If you believe and love what you do,
that's why
it will continue to grow.
Winning is everything.
Yeah, winning is everything. Winning is
if you keep yourself in good shape and strength.
And having faith.
Faith.
You believe in yourself, you love people, and you're doing things from the heart. From the heart. It will all come. It's just that, like they say, it doesn't matter what your religion is. It's a thing that whatever scripture you're reading from, Catholic, Roman, whatever, in your scripture, they all have the same type of scripture in every religion about you have to be patient. Patient is in every book. Every dialogue book, you hear the word patience. It come in time. When your time is ready, it's coming. That's to hear that. I hate to hear it. But the main thing is, they say you got to be humble. You cannot sit here and argue with people when there's nothing to argue with. Let them argue by themselves. My father said to us all the time. You know, as kids, because, you know, as children, they get lost because of peer pressure. And that's why I said this sport got to get off the ground. You got to keep it alive. You got to keep it alive.
That's why I'm in the group chat, WhatsApp, with friends of mine my age, in the third, we're all on the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen.
It's actually a good idea.
Listen, we got a few minutes, right? So I want you to tell them, explain to them real quick about the group chat and how it works and everything, because we got to bring up your ending so I can show it to them, so we can show it on TV, what you're actually doing and where they can find you and everything. So I'm going to give you the floor right now. I'm not going to say nothing else, but I try to track down Mr. Kenny Graham. Real quick. Kenny Graham, y'all.
I know.
Go ahead, Sal.
It's the WhatsApp group chat that I'm happening that one of my friends went to the, that I used to play with in the city. He came to, I showed him, he just moved to Staten now recently, a few months ago. I said, well, come to Midland. There's people there. And then I came there, and he didn't know the other people. And they're like, oh, other people that were playing there were from another park of Staten. And he's like, we all got to, oh, I used to play in this other park when nobody was there. Oh, what's your number together? What's your number together? And then that's how we all connected.
Right. So when they connected like that, this is where we're at. So we want to show them actually where they can find you and show a video. So we're ready to show that right now. Isn't that right, Mr. Kenny Graham?
Yeah, it's a little doc. I had to cut the documentary, but it was one of the handball players. Capture in the beginning, and then it shows a picture of me with the do-rag, with the same. Actually, I have the same white do-rag at home.
Okay.
It's from 2010, and I have the same goggles at home. Okay. And wow. I cut the clip in, and then I added the thing with the YouTube. I added that in. Okay. And a couple of people have been going on YouTube recently, and they like all my videos, and they send comments.
So how's your rating going? Is it going up high since you put it on YouTube?
Well, it's in the middle right now.
That's okay. You just started. Don't worry. We're gonna keep trying to promote that because you know I like YouTube. But I just, like I said, I got to get my channel together. I have a YouTube channel that needs work done to it, and people have to excuse me, but it will get together very soon. So a lot of people out of state don't live in New York want to watch my shows. That's why I try to record as much as I can. But I'm not the best tech person, as you know. It's just not me, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. But we're going to get started on that because I really want them to see the video.
Well, I cut that a clip, and I did that myself because when I add my videos, because I'm going to be doing a little documentary on myself in December. I'm going to add everything together. Okay. And this is part of the where they can find me.
So, all right. So listen, let's show it. I'd like to show it now. Sal's video and his YouTube channel, so people can look in and check him out. So let's look at that right now, people. Bring it up.
Type that in, and you'll see the videos, and you can comment.
Yes, make sure you go on that YouTube channel. We're going to bring it back. I'm going to put it on my social media. Thank you, Kenny.
That was actually a lot. It took me a lot of work to do that by the phone. I had to do it by cell phone.
Not bad, not bad. Pretty good. I give you that, Sal.
It took about a few long hours.
Not bad.
Editing and editing all that in together.
Wow. So we got 5 minutes left, and I want you to tell them. Let's talk about it again, where they can find you on social media. I want you to just go ahead and say it out loud. You're on Facebook?
It's Facebook.
Tell them your name.
Sal Coticelli together. And
you want to spell that?
SALCOTICELLI. If you go on the web and you just type my name, and you could actually find me on there too.
Right. Okay. And you're also on Instagram?
Instagram, that I don't know off my head right now. Okay. But I'm on Instagram too.
On Instagram.
TikTok.
You on TikTok?
I post the videos on TikTok too.
Show me how to do TikTok. I don't know how to do TikTok. I don't. Everybody's into TikTok. Tell me about TikTok, how it works. I just want to hear what you use with it. Because I want to see the videos.
So many people I don't even know that even like the video. And I think I go live sometimes. I had to get over how many views? Oh, how many people? You have to get a certain amount of people to request you. Then you could go live. I got so many.
That's how TikTok works?
Yeah. I got.
So explain to me.
Butterscotch Andy with me, Punchball Sal. I'm on my Facebook Live on one phone, Facebook Live on this phone. You can see. it shows how many views.
And I'm recording it.
If you get a lot of views, then you wind up getting something from TikTok that they send you. If you gotta get like a can't really say, but
You mean they send you money?
they send you a donation money if you get more than a lot of views. You gotta have like, I don't know if it's 1,000 or 1,200 a lot of views.
What?
I had something said to me. It was low, but I had 1,224 views of a video, and it was only for one day.
Stop. That's why everybody's on TikTok?
Yeah, they actually.
So it's not like Instagram.
You could go on there and promote anything on there, and once your video stops live, they can replay it and see it, and the more views you get, that's how.
Wow. So it's not set up like Instagram.
No. I had 1,224. That's why you see TikTok and it says, "Hey, look what I got." Yeah.
Because they keep sending me, some of my reels that I've done, video reels I've done, somebody posted them, and TikTok keeps sending me messages that they like my reels and they would like me to get on TikTok, and I keep declining them. What? I got time for another social media page.
You could just you could do a minute video you walking and you'll get. A friend of mine did a video 5 minutes. He got 900 and something views, and he was just coming home on a train.
What?
Well, they take the people on the train. Guys with a guy.
I got a lot of
guys.
videos. I got a lot of videos. Oh my God.
So you have to watch some of the videos. You could go on their they post. You could actually save their video and use it.
That's not against the law?
Some of them it's not, but you have to watch. If they catch it, they can report it. But it's
somebody reports you, they can find
it.
it. Oh, yeah. But anyway, it was good having Sal here today. We gotta go now. Our hour is already up, y'all. I just want to say I'm glad to have Sal back here. I'm sorry it took me so long, Sal, to get to part 2, but I didn't forget to, because I love him to death. I love conversating with this man because he is so interesting. And like I said, anybody out there that's interested in paddleball or handball, you need to get in touch with this man here.
And they know me as Punchball Sal everywhere.
Thank you.
Punchball Sal! Punchball Sal!
They know me everywhere.
Love you, Sal. Tell the kids, let them get involved, keep them out of trouble. Sports is a good thing. This is a good thing right here. Look at this. First place. Yes. Love it, Sal. Thank you, everybody. This is Butterscotch Angie Live. Stay tuned for the next segment. And I look forward to having Sal back here pretty soon. Remember to go on his site. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram. And he told you his website. Stay tuned. Goodbye.
That's actually one of my.
I love it.
Everybody don't. I take a picture like this.